RhodeMap Rhode Island is back. Good day. This is Mike Stenhouse back with you in the progressive Land of Make-Believe Bad Bill of the Week. Yes, that's right, folks. You might remember RhodeMap Rhode Island was about advancing a social equity agenda that would trample on the rights of property owners and would supersede the rights of local cities and towns who would want to make their own ordinances based on the will of the local people. RhodeMap Rhode Island was a totalitarian state top-down driven agenda. Well, it's back again. Right now, being pushed heavily by Rhode Island Housing Authority, which is, if you remember, is the Rhode Island surrogate of HUD, the Federal Housing and Urban Development Department. Right now, they're pushing a bill that would severely infringe on the rights and business decisions of landlords. Okay, so here's what's going on. House Bill 7528 and Senate Bill 2301, which is mirroring legislation that's been advanced in many other states, would basically make it discriminatory for any landlord to reject anyone who applies to be a tenant who has a Section 8 voucher. Now, you know, Section 8 vouchers are those federally subsidized housing assistance vouchers that low-income people can use when they go out looking for an apartment rental somewhere. Up until today, this was a federally volunteer program, landlords across America to decide whether or not they want to accept people with Section 8 vouchers. But that's not good enough for the social equity crazies in Rhode Island. They see discrimination in every action. Their logic goes that since Section 8 vouchers go pretty much only to low-income families, and that since most low-income families are minorities, so that if a Section 8 voucher applicant is not selected, then therefore that must be an act of discrimination, and therefore we should have rights to take recourse against landlords who do not accept Section 8 vouchers. Now, do you see this land of make-believe that these progressive social equity people live in? I mean, it's not even close to being true. To automatically presume that somebody is denying a Section 8 applicant because of a racial bias or bigotry is bigotry in and of itself. I mean, you know, we went to a luncheon. We hosted a luncheon not too long ago where Arthur Brooks talked about this solidarity of brotherhood, this brotherhood of solidarity, I should say, where we should come together and support each other, not be divisive, not do these corrosive, you're a racist, you're a bigot, you know, accusations without even knowing what's going on. There are very legitimate reasons why landlords deny accepting public money in the form of Section 8 voucher applicants. Once you accept public money in many businesses, home child care workers, child care facility-based places as well, in this case, once landlords accept these Section 8 applicants, they are now exposed to all of the mandates, all of the red tape, all of the corruption, all of the heavy-handed tyranny, if you will, that goes along with dealing with the state government and with HUD. We all know what HUD can do. We all know the unfair mandates that they place on people in advance, in hysterical advance of their social equity agenda. It disrespects property rights, it disrespects local government. In this case, they want to presume that any action against a Section 8 applicant is discriminatory. And that's just not acceptable in our society today. We also know that in Rhode Island, once you accept a Section 8 applicant, the Rhode Island Housing Authority now has the right to inspect your property at least once a year, as well as other mandates and regulations you now subject yourself to. I mean, you know, we all know how this works. You know, some little nitpicky thing could ends up costing you tens of thousands of dollars to either litigate or to fix. And further, as I mentioned litigation a moment ago, landlords accepting Section 8 applicants would put them at potential criminal risk because now they, under law, are obligated to report anything they might know of that might mean their formerly eligible Section 8 recipient may no longer be eligible Imagine that by accepting this applicant, you could put yourself at criminal risk if you don't properly police your own tenants. This is the reason why a lot of landlords aren't accepting Section 8 tenants, because of government red tape and government corrupt bureaucracy. Please, we need to live in a society where we respect each other, where we don't presume the worst about each other. It's a free country. Landlords should be free to make the business decisions that are in their best interests. And this new attempt by the Rhode Island Housing Authority, and by extension HUD, to claim that landlords across our state are discriminatory bigots is just discriminatory and bigoted in itself. Please reject these bills. We live in the real world, not in this progressive social equity land of make-believe. For the Rhode Island Center for Freedom and Prosperity, this is Mike Stenhouse saying good day.